So based on popular demand, the last time I said I was going to give some documents that you need if you're going for your family reunion, and even if you're going for any normal visa processing and all of that, the documents that you need. Okay, of course, number one is you need your passport. Of course, if you don't have a passport, I don't know what are you going to, I don't know. So you need your passport, your valid passport. Okay, if you don't have your passport, you have to go and do one. Make sure you do your passport. Okay, that is one. Number two, you're going to need your sprinterhood or your bachelorhood, affidavit. Yeah, when you go to court or they are going to give it to you, it's just an affidavit that you've never been married or you've never been what. But if you have been married, what you need is your divorce certificate. Okay, you need your divorce certificate. Then whether you from whether you or your partner, okay, if you are the bachelor or you've not married, you need the sprinterhood or the bachelor's affidavit. Okay, if you are divorced, you need the divorce certificate. Okay, then you also need what you need again, you need your attestation of age. Yeah, not that this thing, not that affidavit of or declaration of age. Okay, I will advise you, if you can lay your hands on the attestation, just get it. It's just like the birth certificate. Just go to National Population Commission. You're going to NPC, you're going to get it. Your National Population Commission, just go there, you're going to get that. Just tell them you want to do your birth certificate. But when you're going, make sure you go with your court declaration of age. That is what they are going to use to make the birth attestation for you. Because if, yeah, so that's what they are going to use to make the birth attestation for you. So you need the birth certificate, and I've already mentioned that you can get that from the National Population Commission. That's where you get it. If you're living in Abuja, their office is in Zone 5. Yeah, if you are living in Abuja, I think, yeah, Zone 5, very close to UBA, not far from UBA. So it's actually trackable from there. So that is where their office is. So you need that. Then another thing you will need is you need your insurance. Yeah, your 3 months insurance at least, that will cover you for the 3 months visa they are going to give to you. So you need that. Okay, um but that will be when I don't think you submit that one immediately. When you're going to submit those documents, they will tell you when they need you to bring your they tell you when they need you to bring your insurance. Okay, you can really get your insurance from me. Normally, where I easily get insurance from is Azam Mazda. If you know of them, you can put it on the comment section. So Azam Mazda, you can get your insurance from them. Okay, that is another thing that you need. There are a whole lot of documents that you need, but I'm just trying to mention this one. So I've mentioned your passport, I've mentioned the birth attestation, I've mentioned your affidavit of sprinterhood or bachelorhood. It shows that you're a single or you're not married before and all of that. And most time it has to be sworn by your parents. Okay, it has to be sworn by your parents. Yeah, so that's just it. So you need also, what you also need again is I think you need your flight reservation. I think then you also need your your certificate, that is your educational certificate. Whatever education you've attended, you need those documents. Okay, now don't forge anything. I am going to warn you, don't forge any documents. Okay, make sure all the documents you are submitting are authentic. I'm saying it with all sincerity, with all seriousness. Don't forge any document because they will know, because they are going to verify the document. So don't forge any document. Whatever document that you're submitting, make sure these documents are authentic. And if you're not sure if these documents are authentic or not, it's better you don't submit it. Yeah, it's better you don't submit a document that you're not sure if it is authentic or it is fake or it is what. So please make sure you submit authentic document, because that could actually delay your whole process, okay, or even possibly get you denied and all of that. So from your own end, those are the basic things: your document, your educational background documents, your passport, your birth certificate, your you're going to get your declaration of age or birth certificate. So you need to find out which is applicable to you, if you it is okay for you to, but I'll advise you to get the birth certificate, okay, to be on the safer side. And then you need also your A1 level certificate. That is the A1 German level proficiency. Yeah, because you can't go to a country without even having a knowledge their um of the language they speak. Yeah, not like Germany, not like they don't speak English, but the official language is Dutch. So you need to have a knowledge of the A1 level certificate. If you can learn more, if you can learn more, because all those waiting time you're using to wait for appointments, you can use it to learn Deutsch. But basically, what the embassy requires from you is your A1 level. Yes. So I would advise you just submit the A1 level. Even if you learn German more than the A1 level, you learn up to B1 or B whatever, submit the A1. Because if you go and submit like those big other certificates, like the B1 certificate or the C1 certificate, depending on how long you learned the German language and all of that. If you go and submit that one, it's going to trigger them to ask you more questions. But if you submit only the A1 proficiency, they are just going to limit the questions they are going to ask you. Basically, what they are going to ask you is only your name in the German language. They are going to ask you your name. They are going to ask you where are you from, where do you live, what language you speak, what is your beruf, where do you work. These are basically, and also learn the numbers. Try to learn numbers, okay, because like the numbers, they are going to use that numbers, and maybe they'll ask you to call your number in the German language. Yeah, they might ask you to call your number in the German language. So make sure you learn the alphabet, you learn because they might basically ask you to call your name in alphabet. Yeah, they'll say alphabetically mention your name and all of that. So these are basically on your own side. Then your spouse who is living in Germany, they are going to ask you of their Beschenigung, which is where they live, that the Armageddon, where they have the Armageddon. That is, yes, they're going to ask of their Beschenigung, their Armageddon, they're going to ask of it. That is one. They're also their work contracts and all of that, they're going to ask, so they're also going to ask about their resident permits or their passports. So you're going to submit all these things from their own end and all of that. So those are basically the things. You can do research more or go on the website, and you're going to see more of what they require and more what they need. So if you're waiting for the process right now, I wish you good luck. Be patient. The Lord is your strength. I understand that it's not easy, but very soon this whole thing, it's going to be a kind of like story. You're going to forget about the whole waiting process. All right. Thank you.